a little bit. Hi, Rivka. How's life, everybody? Are we good? Yeah. I muted you all too soon, didn't I? Too cute. So, as I was saying, you don't need toys, but if you want your rolled up towel, couple hand towels, really good cushions to sit on or to put under rough spots. And then I don't know how I lost my yoga strap with all the yoga straps in the world, but you can certainly use just a nice thin beach towel. You can put that around the bottom of your foot in lieu of a strap if you ever want it, right? So keep that in mind. These things are really handy. Should be right in the closet. So you've got time to go get a towel if you want it. I welcome you and applaud you for being here today. It is gentle yoga time. Let me get this one out of the way. That means, per usual, we go one thing at a time. It's interesting with the social distancing and stay at home orders and mandates and requirements, all these things that we have. I find that I'm still doing a lot of multitasking and trying to jump to a lot of different things. So if you're doing the same thing, this is a great place to spend an hour and just kind of calm that down just a little bit. By the same token, spending a lot of time in one space in the environment that we're in sometimes is a little challenging. So to give yourself some routine and make an appointment with yourself for yoga is a really important thing. And we were just talking earlier, I think Betty sent this link to our virtual classes to her daughter, and that's something we totally recommend. I have people across the country who have said, I've never been able to take your classes, Becky. You've been teaching all these years. And now we can all join each other virtually. So please feel free to extend that link to anybody who might need this in their life. And this is the time I usually ask you about, tight areas or concerns that you might have. Yeah, I can see some of this going on. Neck, yeah, so even while we sit here, and if you'd like to sit on your block, or makeshift little towel roll, that's a really nice way to relieve those hip flexors. Try to let those shoulders relax away from your earlobes. Yeah. Yeah, so shoulders, neck, yep. Yeah, for those of you who've been doing Gillette's Pilates with all that hip action, absolutely, we'll get into those today. And we will do the pigeon poses, half pigeon, sleeping pigeon. And I really like this rolled up towel for that as well. So you can swing through and come on with your hip, glute right on top of there. Takes a lot of pressure off the knee, a lot of pressure off the hips. And all I did was tuck this little roll towel pillow underneath thigh or glute. So keep that handy. You still have time. You still have time to go get your towel. Right? And I'm hoping that you're taking time to, obviously you're taking time for yoga, which is good care for yourselves. I'm sure there are others in your life that you're looking out for and sharing a lot of yourself these days. So do everything you need to do, right? Not just to take care of yourself through yoga, but your rest, your nutrition, focus. And I am so grateful that we are into springtime because we can get outside, get some outdoor activity. Anybody going outside? Just a little bit? Yes, good. It's crazy how wonderful that can feel, even if it's for 15, 20 minutes, right? So important, change of scenery, right? So I'm going to check this one more time, and we'll get started here in a minute. Let's see here. I've got anybody waiting anywhere. Sometimes that happens. Yeah. Oh, it's so glad to see you guys. Hi. Oh my goodness, all kinds of you folks. Oh, so good to see you. Very, very nice. Excellent. Well, like I was just saying, we're going to get started in about 1 minute. It's gentle yoga. We do one thing at a time, right? Let's scooch back here on the soft cushion. We go in a progression with intention so that if you need to back up, you're always welcome to back up to where I just came from. If you want to make it bigger, you can always extend a limb. You can extend a leg or an arm. You can make it as big as you like it to be. And this is not a vinyasa or flowing program. This is a non-flowing. So it gives us time to get into each pose. My name is Becky, and I so welcome you to Gentle Yoga. Let's go ahead and get started. We will start seated today if that's comfortable for you. Again, you can sit on your little rolled up towel. And if it doesn't feel comfortable to cross your legs, just go ahead and let loose with one or whatever you need to do. We want to give a base for the spine. So I'm rocking a little side to side just to let my hips get wide and strong. Create that foundation and settle in. And let's let that spine stack up with a nice deep inhale, nice deep breath. And as you exhale, try to relax those shoulders down your back. Another inhale and fill your lungs to their fullest. Feel your chest go broad. And as you relax, slowing that breath, push out from deep in your belly. Get rid of any stale breath. Inhale into any tight spot you might be feeling today. And as you exhale, let it release. And I know I have another one. Let's do another one of those. Nice deep inhale. If it's into a tight spot, and as you exhale, imagine and feel the release. I want you to find your own deep breathing rhythm. Let it grow longer and slower with each breath. Drawing in that positive healing breath and exhaling away any expectations, any illness. Find your own breathing rhythm and focus on that breath. So many things coming at us these days. It's hard to just turn off your mind. So focus on the inhale, focus on the exhale and how that feels in your body. And if there's thoughts that come into your mind, calmly acknowledge and don't engage. Try to dismiss the thought at least for the next hour. So your to-do lists and people who need to hear from you, just set them aside and focus on breath. And as you do that, oh my goodness, I find there's so many little things to be grateful for these days. I'm sure you can think of someone or something that has enriched your life today. What can you do with your breath and with your heart to appreciate them or that situation and thank them? Open your heart with this gratitude. Breathe in this life-giving breath. So thankful. And exhale away any disappointments. They don't serve us. Breathe in this gift of hearing, sound, smell, touch. The delights of living. And exhale away any worries about the future or the past. And breathe in, fill your heart, be grateful for your open heart. And exhale away any extra burdens you might be trying to carry today. You don't need them. So again, who or what has enriched your life today, and what can you be grateful for? With your deep breathing, let's use that as a foundation for our practice today. With another deep inhale, lengthen your spine yet again. And exhale, rotate your chin over that right shoulder. And then inhale all the way around to your left. Exhale, rotate to your right when you're ready. And inhaling to your left. Continuing that deep breathing, go at your own breathing rhythm. Don't need me to tell you when to turn your head. Just want to loosen up those side neck muscles. And the next time you exhale to your right, let's just pause and linger there. That left shoulder drifting away, long neck. Do you need a little fingertip massage on the left side of your neck here? Maybe. Or just drape your heavy hand across any tight neck muscles. Another inhale, lifting that chin gently, and exhaling, tuck over your right shoulder. Inhale to lift, and exhale to tuck. Some of you know this really well, and it is so good at loosening up those neck muscles. Never moving into pain, just let it move through any tightness. We'll inhale, lift, and this time exhale, rotate to your left. Again with that rotation, inhale to your right, and rotating again to your left. This is your energizing flow of breath. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. What we did before was more of a calming breath. Just let this energize a little bit. And next time, don't rush, but when you drift over to that left side, stay there, linger there, keep your deep breathing. And do you need any fingertip massage? Yes. Let's take a deep inhale, lift that chin, and exhale, lower that chin over the shoulder. Inhale and lift, exhale and lower. Still massaging if you need to, whatever you need to on those neck muscles. Nice and easy. Shoulders drifting away, long neck. And on your next exhale, and your nice, easy tuck your chin, exhale all the way through, half circle through the center. Inhale with your earlobe towards that right shoulder, and then exhale through the center. Take your time and a nice deep inhale as your head is tilted. Exhaling through that half circle. We'll do this another couple times, each side, using the weight of your head to loosen up and stretch out those neck muscles. Make sure you're not going so deep or so fast that your shoulders start to shrug. We want to let those go. And when you're ready, inhale back to center and exhale that breath away. We're going to use those shoulders for circles. We're going to inhale with those elbows up and exhale, let those elbows go back. Inhale, lift. And the reason we're using elbows is you might get a little bit bigger through that shoulder joint without any impingement. 3 or 4 breaths this direction, and then reverse. Exhale, bring it forward and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Little circles, use those elbows, wherever your fingers need to be, on those shoulders, around your forehead. Good. And this time, we'll take a big inhale with wide sweeping arms. Oh, and exhale, bring those elbows down towards ribs. Let's do that again. Wide sweeping arms, big inhale. Scoop up all that positive energy. Exhale. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. One more, make at least 3 of these. And as you come down, let's pause, linger here. This is active dynamic tension. You're breathing with open palms, elbows reaching towards your ribs and towards the back side of your mat. Feel the opening across your collarbone and chest. Let those arms lower gently. This time, wide sweeping arms. And exhale over towards that right side. You know we have to do this, right? It's a signature move. Inhale through the center here and then over to your right. Please take your time going through this long body stretch. Beautiful. Open up that chest with big breath in the center and exhale to your side. We're going to take our time. I really don't care what tempo you take. Let's go on over to one side and let's pause and reach through those fingertips here. Lengthening that side of your body. So try not to shrug, just energize through those fingertips and then feel the stretch in the opposite direction with your hip down towards the ground. Good. We are going to open up and gaze to the sky. And I hope you saw that beautiful super moon, pink moon. So gorgeous yesterday. Good, let's inhale, and we're gonna just change this a little bit today, and exhale into a twist. So, whatever way you're reaching to the right, and twist to the right. My right hand is to the back, my left arm comes across. Just nice and easy grasp of the thigh. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, let it twist from the belly, and then up through your ribs, and then your shoulders. And maybe you'll be able to gaze to the rear, over your back shoulder. Please don't force that. Those are your little cervical vertebrae. Okay, let's release that. We'll inhale through the center, and we're just going to exhale and stretch to the other side. There you go. Relax your shoulders down. Energy in both directions, right? Yin and yang of yoga. You're reaching in one direction up with those fingers, all the way through your arm, and then reaching the opposite direction with your hip down. When you're ready, inhale, open to the sky. Imagining that gorgeous moon that was so shiny the last few nights. Beautiful and bright. Good. And inhale and exhale into a twist. So nice and easy. We'll step back with this left hand, across with the right. Lengthening with each inhale and twisting out those toxins from the middle. A lot of times we go into our twists, say with arms or shoulders first. Let it come from the belly and wring out those toxins like that soaking washcloth. You get the most out of the middle. Beautiful. And let's release that tension. Now, if you're sitting on your block or towel, you may want to come off. We're just going to leave those legs right there and inhale, exhale. Caterpillar walk with those fingers. Chest open and hinge it forward. Once you get to that point, which is your soft edge, this is our first forward fold, let your head start to go heavy. And if it feels okay, maybe you can inch fingers forward another half inch, but please don't force this. Nice heavy body, heavy torso. Good, let's walk those hands in. And you're gonna switch your legs. So whatever leg position you had, put the other one out front, the other one on top. Oh, it feels weird, doesn't it? Open up with that chest, inhale, exhale, and caterpillar walk forward. Love the caterpillar walk with those fingers. Such a safe place for your back. And then once you find your soft edge, relax your head if you can. Let it go heavier. Starting to open up your back. And this gets better. Let's walk those hands back in. We're going to shake out those legs out in front. And you're going to soften those knees as much as you need to. All right? Grasping underneath, wrist or hand to elbow, hand to elbow. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, exhale, and let your legs go heavy onto those forearms. Slowly rounding forward and head crowning. Legs going heavy onto your forearms. Active through your feet. See if you can flex through those ankles a little bit. Now, while you're here with those heavy muscular legs, pinning down those forearms, inhale, exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, rounding your back to the sky like you're going to pick up those muscular legs. Ooh, and release. And one more time, press down, tuck, rounding, and release. Let's undo those arms. Hinge it forward one last time. Flexion with one ankle, point with the other foot. You can go heavy with the head if you like, and then let's switch. Flex on one, point with the other. Good. Now point with both. And work it up into a flexion. You're welcome. I know, it's big, isn't it? Let's walk it on up. Excellent. Shift those hips over to this right side. We got to do the famous pinwheel. My knees are not tight. They're loose in a way. Got those knees bent, right knee in front. Pick up this left hip, supporting with the right hand. Rotate and reach with that left arm. You're going to look over your back shoulder. That's all you need to do. I actually want to massage out my hip flexors when I do this. And some of you know this already. You can set down that left hand on top or next to the right and press long through those elbows and continue to look over your back shoulder. That makes it just a bigger stretch. Good. Now while you're here, let's release that twist here. Make sure this right shin is on something soft. Support with that right arm. Inhale and lift on up into crescent. Yeah. Just make your own little crescent moon here. Open up that side body. If you can look up to the sky, that would be ideal. As with all of our poses, it's easier to gaze to the ground on a focal point down below or your drishti. Let's release. Bring it through the center. We're going to switch those legs over to the other side. Good. Pick up this right hip. Rotate and reach with that right arm. And look over that back shoulder. As you breathe into this, notice the opening on that front side of your top hip. Do you need those hands next to each other? Do you need long arms to make this bigger? Looking over that back shoulder if you can. Good. Release that tension. Come on back towards the center. Support with either your hand, knuckle. Remember, whenever we do this, you can go to forearm as well. Let's inhale and lift. Hip high. Arm reaching. Anchor with your big toe. And then again, check in with your drishti, your focal point. Is it better down below? Or can you look up to the sky? Beautiful. Let's release that down. Shake it out. Let's come on to all fours. Good job. I love being able to see you guys. You look fabulous. Good. From here, we're just going to go right into a kneeling twist. I'm going to bring that right foot forward. It's a short stride. Short stride. 90 degree with the hip, 90 degree with the knee. I'm going to rest with that left forearm. Exhale, and then hinge it forward. As you do this, let this other arm come behind so you can slowly twist towards that bent knee. So it's important. This is a balance pose, right? Kneeling is your base. Find that first. Find that balance. And if it feels good just to leave that right hand on your sacrum, that's fine. Some of you are already into that bigger twist. You take that left elbow to the outside of that thigh, or maybe hands into namaste. If you do that, just check in that this front knee isn't wobbling inward. And then eventually, as you stack up equal pressure hands, elbows and shoulders will eventually be perpendicular with the floor. Gazing where you are comfortable. Good. Let's release that down. We're going to go ahead and switch Left foot, short stride. We're going to hinge it just a little bit so that right forearm can support. Find your base through the legs, left hand to sacrum. And then you decide if you want to make this twist a little bit bigger. It's completely up to you. As some of you know, I'm a little bit of a fan or maybe a fanatic about core strength. Always checking in, you've got a belly to spine connection. Doesn't mean you have to suck it in beyond normal, but you do want that tightness so nothing's lazy on your thigh. Good, let's release. We're gonna bring it on in here. All right, step forward. Now, big stride with that right foot. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle as far forward as you need to. Nice, easy approach here. Now, this is where it's handy to have your water bottle or a pillow or something if it's too hard to get deep into this lunge, right? Holding on to that. I love it. As you sink into this, knee over ankle. Does it feel good today to add some body weight? Don't have to. It can be down low, one arm, both arms. Whatever you've chosen, you are lifting generously with that open heart, sinking equally with your hips. Energy through your fingertips if they're elevated, and relax your shoulders, find your breath. All right, let's release. Let's stretch out that front leg. Shift your weight back. Oh, yes. Nice and easy. Flexion through that front ankle, and eventually maybe letting your head go heavy. Another hamstring stretch. Good job. And checking in. If you have shifted your weight over to the left side or your supporting leg, don't force a change. Just acknowledge, is this leg that you're stretching, that hamstring, is it tight? Probably. Good. With that front leg, point the toes, just nice and slow. And then exhale and flex. Good. Inhale and point. Do that again. And exhale, flex. Do that one more time. You look so good. And then a couple of you have me looking at your ceiling. Very clever. Release. All right, let's bring it on in. Nice. Other foot. You're gonna wiggle it forward, line it up with your hip and your knee and your toes. Wiggle, wiggle, let those hips sink in. And checking that the front knee is never pushing past those toes. Where does this need to be? You don't have to raise your upper body. You don't have to raise an arm or two. It's completely up to you. And again, finding your foundation. And then opening up that chest, whatever you've chosen. Relax your shoulders. Energy in equal directions, right? Equal energy lifting, equal energy sinking. Nice. Let's release. Stretch out that front leg and shift your hips back. Pausing and breathing. Can your head go heavy? Gentle flexion with that front ankle. Think of the energy through your heel in front and your tailbone to the rear. Yeah, there's that yin and yang. And nice and easy. As you're ready to inhale, point the toes out in front. And exhale, flex them. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Do that one more time. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Beautiful. And let's release. Come on back around to all fours. Getting ready for downward dog. So if your hands are good, spread out those fingers, but you can also go to knuckles or to forearms, okay? Curling under those toes. Inhale, exhale, lift those hips up high, pedal through your feet. Loading up those feet. Yeah, take your slow walk on the imaginary beach here. To right, to left. Good, and then let's linger over on one foot. Pressing the heel towards the floor. Whether it touches, it doesn't matter. And the other foot, you want to lift it, roll to the top of your toes. Good, let's switch again. Trying to stretch out this other lower leg and foot. And you have an option with your non-bearing foot, toe, lift, regroup. Let's put both feet back down. Set those heels down where they are comfortable. Lift your hips up to the sky, relax your shoulders. Yes, think of lengthening this body. And you've got equal pressure arms to legs. Not everything is on either or. Soften your knees, gaze forward, walk your feet to your hands. Relax with those feet right underneath your hips into your forward fold. Beautiful. Let your head go heavy so you're looking through your legs rather than at the floor. Clasping hands or hand to elbow, nice and gentle, side to side. Love the sway. The sway is really good. Remember, pressing into your feet with all four corners. So cueing that proprioception system. And feel that release up your thighs, back the hamstrings, and your low back. Woo. Let's release those arms. And as we soften those knees, curl on the tailbone under, come up about halfway. Let your head be heavy. Shake out what you need to. Maybe let those arms circle out a little bit. Good, whatever your circles are, and then go the other direction. Head heavy. Knees are soft. All right. And relaxing down. Tuck it under, continue your way up. Let your spine stack up nice and slowly. Yeah, you were in an inversion for a little while. We do that on purpose. We do want to take you into inversion. So much good blood to your head. That's why you roll up slow. Got your strong mountain pose? Good. Now we're going to do our standing poses, our standing asanas. I'm going to turn to the side, but I want you to keep your right foot forward and step back with your left. We're going to find our warrior stance, which is a really long stride. Just remember, your right toes go towards your front, and your left toes go towards your side, and convenient. Open up towards your side. Warrior one, warrior two, where's John? Warrior two, float up those arms to your shoulder height. Inhale, exhale, soften this right knee. As you bend into this, reach those fingertips away from each other, and then gaze forward over the right hand. Now I see, you can probably see me adjusting here. I saw a couple of you adjusting. These poses are all meant to be held for several deep breaths. So if you need to keep adjusting into it, they are intended to evolve. With warrior two, this is about opening your hips, your belly, your chest, your shoulders. So anchor in with your left pinky toe and relax your shoulders and breathe. Beautiful. And inhale, exhale, and let's release the arms, the legs, come on up. Find a cleansing breath here because we're going to go to warrior one, and that means we're going to turn towards the front leg. So as you turn those hips, you're getting ready for this, bring in that back foot. Turn it, yep. Big inhale and reach, and exhale and sink on down into that right leg. Shoulders over hips, energy flowing up through those arms to your fingertips, sinking down into your hips, into the ground. Check that that front knee never pushes past your toes. In fact, you can probably see yourself here. Check, check, check. That means you need a longer stride. So today we're going to do eagle arms. So let's take those arms out to the side. Right knee in front, right arm goes under left. Either crisscross to shoulders, back of hands, or double wrap. You're still in this nice deep warrior one stance. Gently lifting those elbows, maybe up towards to shoulder height. Feel that opening. Isn't that beautiful? Good. Try not to hold your breath. Let's release. Take a half step in, this back foot, however many steps you need. Turn those toes so they're both facing forward. Clasp behind. Here's your pyramid. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. And as you go forward, take your time, lead with your chest first, then maybe crown your head, and see if you can lift up with those arms. Love this one, chest expansion. Energize those arms, inhale, let them help you lift up, and release. Good, and step together with the front of your mat. Now we go to the left leg, so you can step back with your right. Go to the other side. Perfect. Left toes are forward, and shins are forward, right toes are to the side. Open up for warrior two, right? Hips and shoulders, inhale, open. Lift up those arms and exhale. Bend that left knee, check, check, check. Protect that knee. Beautiful. And as you do this, gaze forward over your left fingertips. Energy in all four directions, all four limbs, right? Both feet anchored with your pinky toes. Energy flowing through your fingertips. Nice. And then we're going to take that fifth direction up through the top of your head. Feel all of those energy flows. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale, and let's release. Arms, legs, take a cleansing breath. Getting ready for warrior one. So we're just gonna twist the hip, bring in that back foot. There you go, big inhale, and reach those arms up high. And exhale, sink into that left leg. Ooh. Now, left leg bending, anchored, the right pinky toe. Our warrior one is about this twist. Feel the twist from the pinky toe all the way up. Open up that chest, relax your shoulders. Beautiful. Left leg is forward, so we're going to take those arms down for eagle arms. Left arm goes under right. Cross the shoulders, back of hands, or double grasp. Whatever that is, and see what you can do to continue to twist. Shoulders forward towards that left leg. Maybe elbows lifting gently. I know your belly button is in. It's the only way to do this. Beautiful, and let's release. Nice. Take that half step in, however many steps you need. Turn your toes, clasp behind. Big inhale, exhale, come forward nice and slow. And then once you've established your balance and you feel good, continue forward. Maybe lifting those arms. Good. Now use your breath, use your arms. Inhale, lift, and release. We're going to step forward and bring those feet together. And yes, we're going to go to triangles. Yes, we are. So if you have a wall behind you or something you can lean up against, do it. Yeah, let's leave the right foot forward, step back with the left. Just a reminder, this is a shorter stride. Your triangle is your legs. Right toes forward, left toes to the side. Make that L. Square up those hips so they're open. Inhale, float up those arms, and exhale. As you windmill towards your right, your left hip is naturally going to shift. Reaching with those fingertips up, 12 o'clock, fingertips down at 6 o'clock. Sliding down that right leg. Where does that right hand need to land? Above the knee is fine. Below, shin, ankle. Now think about this. Is your left hip and left shoulder and left arm potentially still against your imaginary wall? Of course. Revolving triangle if you want it. You don't have to. We would lower down this left arm, find a safe place on that right leg, and start to twist or revolve around to the back wall. And if you do that, please don't feel like this right arm has to be up in the sky. It can be right hand to sacrum. Good. And again, gazing, looking wherever your neck is comfortable. Energy through those fingertips. Let's lower down that right arm. Inhale, lift with your left. And come on out of that. Nice and slow. Beautiful. We're just going to shift our feet. Turn the right toes towards that side wall. Turn the left toes towards the front. This is Pam's genius, right? Open up those hips, shoulders. Here we go. Float up those arms. Inhale, exhale, and windmill to your left now. And take it easier against your imaginary wall. Hip, shoulder, arm. This left hand can find a safe place on that left leg. It does not have to go deep. Often if we try to go too deep, then the shoulder and hip collapse forward. Try to keep it open. Yeah, right. Like a little piece of toast in the toaster. There you go. Oh, you look so good. When you want to, revolving triangle, lower down that right arm. Find a stable place for it, rotating, reaching that left hand to the rear. If it bothers your shoulder, right, top hand can go onto your sacrum. All these great options. Breathing fully. Let's lower down that left arm. Inhale, lift with the right. And come on out of this nice and slow. All right, wide stance. No star today. Let your feet get wider if you need to. Turn your toes forward. We are going to do shoulder openers, so hands grasping behind, or hand to elbow, or namaste behind your back. What feels good? Belly in nice and strong. Inhale, open up that heart and chest, and exhale, hinge it forward nice and slow. As you do this, take your time. Let the tailbone lift. Press into your heels. Feel that energy in both directions with the shoulders opening. And you can change your arms if you want to. Try to look through your legs rather than at the floor. Good. Maybe changing those arms to lift a little bit higher. Good. Let's release those arms forward. Now, soften your knees. If you're looking up at me, some of you know about the hip shift and you're just going to do it. But it's not a lunge. So you want to support yourself if you're looking up, right? From here, no knees, just shift your hips. Just shift your hips over to the right. Heavy, heavy. Just shift and hold. Good, and then we'll shift over to the left. Again, knees are soft, but it's not the lunge. It's about the hip shift. Head is heavy. Shift again to your right. I want you to feel this not just in your inner thigh here on the left, outer hip, but into your low back. Great release. Shift again over to the left. Beautiful. Bring it to your center. Heel toe, walk your feet in, get them in a little safer underneath you. Bend your knees, tuck your tailbone, let's roll it up nice and slow. Bring it into your strong mountain pose. Find your breath. Oh, very nice. Your feet are underneath and stabilized, right? Good. Now we're going to T-pose. And if it feels good, you'll be able to take it to warrior 3. Now, some of you have done this with me in class many, many times. I will absolutely encourage you to find somewhere where you can put feather-like touch, piece of furniture or a handrail, because that will help you keep in the pose in the proper alignment, not just balance, right? So it's all good. From here, I'm actually going to face the side. You can step into it or just start right here on your right foot. We'll anchor in that right foot, let up with the left. Inhale, exhale, nice tight abdominals and hinge. As you hinge, find your focal point. That's your drishti. Energy through your fingertips and energy through this back heel. Flex at that foot, toes are down. And if it feels good, we're going to reach those arms forward, maybe even palms together with fingers reaching forward. So while you're here, it is about balance. So find that first. This top leg that's lifted, that hip often wants to open up. Bring it down parallel with the floor. And breathe. With your fingers touching lightly on something, in fact, thumbs up keeps you from gripping. That'll help you keep those hips lined up. All right, big inhale. Hinge it up. Bring it back to straight up and down and release. Beautiful. Now let's go to the other leg. Yeah, you want to walk through your feet? There you go. Onto the other leg, and I'm going to turn this way so I can see you. Again, you can step into this or whatever you'd like to do. Find your drishti, find your focal point, draw in those belly muscles, and inhale, exhale, tilt. Hinge into this. This is your T-pose. Arms out, help you find balance. Energy through your heel flexion, toes point down. And if it feels good, you're gonna reach those arms forward. Maybe palms together with the thumbs up. Checking in with that back hip. Is it open? Can it become more parallel? Mine was way open, wasn't it? More parallel with the floor. Energy through your fingertips, through both heels. Should fire up some energy here. Good, when you're ready, we're just gonna hinge, tilt it back up, arms reaching overhead. Exhale away. Nice. Come on back to your mat. How do you feel about that? You should feel really good. All right, facing your front, we're gonna take that big breath. Inhale, exhale, and forward fold with a nice big swan dive. And let your head and torso go heavy. Good. While you're here, bend those knees as much as you need to. We'll go to gorilla pose, tucking those fingers, those toes underneath. Inhale, exhale, lengthen through your legs, and try to stretch out those arms. Your head go heavy. Good. Just pressure so your arms don't come undone. Lengthening arms and legs. Good, let's release. Come on down to your mat, child's pose. Palms up, forehead resting, or whatever's comfortable. Knees can be wide or narrow. You can stretch out those arms. Please find a place for your forehead to rest. So if you need your towel or stacked fists or hands, what we want to do here is let your body cool just a little bit. Feel those back muscles open wide like wings. Let them spread out. Breathe. Good. And I saw Lynn, so we have to do this. Come on up onto your abdomen. And when you're on the mat, palms up and uncurl your toes. Let your shoulders go down. And Betty, if this bothers you or anybody else, remember you can always use that towel for a pillow or use your forearm for a pillow. It is intended to be a neck rest, a neck stretch and relaxation, but not painful. That's not our goal. Good, a few deep breaths there. Your body's heavy and we'll switch. Oh, yes. Palms up and curl your toes. Such an important stretch. You know, as we get older, we do things one way, one-sided so often. Sleeping is a big example here. All right. And let's take those hands underneath your shoulders, chin on your chin on the mat. Yes, we're gonna do the traditional cobra to king cobra. So while we do this, for that spinal extension, it's really important that you're anchored through your legs. So zip up your legs, toes down. Yeah, yes, belly button in, and your kneecaps will probably come off the floor. So while your chin is down, you're getting ready to lengthen. You can make this harder, you don't have to. By lifting those fingertips, those hands right above the floor. When you're ready, inhale and lengthen, lifting gently, and shine that heart center forward. Back to your nose. Let those elbows squeeze back just a little bit. Nice tight abdominal wall. Lengthen, lengthen. Now we're pausing and holding this and we're still breathing, right? Hands can go down anytime. And if you're ready for King Cobra, they definitely go down. Feel free to continue to press into your King Cobra, relaxing your shoulders down. While you are here, think about softening those elbows and a broad collarbone. Equal energy sinking with those hips, rising with the chest. Beautiful, let's release. Set it down, push yourself up and back. Find that pose of devotion, a child's pose, yes. Nice. And back onto your abdomen, and I'm gonna face you so I can see your happy faces on this one. Forearms on the mat. Yeah, you can wave at me when you're really, really happy that you realize what we're gonna do. Yeah, you're gonna give me that thumbs up. Yeah, it's plank. Oh yes, it is. So I've got my forearms down. You can either put hands down, or since I broke my wrist, I find that my thumbs need to be up, and that's fine, in alignment with your shoulders. Curl your toes under,
and gently lift up those hips. You'd be so happy. Yeah, I'm gonna lift up those hips and into plank. Now, if this is already too much, put a knee down or both knees down if you need to. Or you can pitch up your hips and make this a little easier. I want you to find plank that works for you. And I do have a clock I can watch. Yes, if you need to take a breather, then you can relax down and come on back because we're not done. One of the top 3 core training exercises you can do. You should feel your body heating up again. Now remember that your neck is in alignment. Your earlobe should be in alignment with your shoulders. So your neck is in alignment with your spine. It's not popped up. It's not drooping down. Everything in a nice straight line. Does that feel good? Yeah, does it feel like it's close to a minute? Yes. Tell your friends and family, let's release this down. Push yourself up and back. So you did the spinal extensions. You do a flexion. You do the plank, it's also an extension. Do your spinal flexion counter pose. Now from here, we go to all fours. A reminder, we are going to our pigeon poses. And as we come through, you know, and I'm just gonna say this nice little pillow is a really good idea. You can swing that leg through. We're not quite there yet, because I want you to do leg circles, but you can rest this on your thigh or your glute and let that be an easy version. Otherwise, you do your number 4 stretch on your back. Are you ready? Some of you are already there. If you're already there, stay there, that's fine. Downward dog, and we would lift that right leg up into the sky. It's okay, Elizabeth, I saw you, you're already comfortable. It's okay. From here, bend that top knee and lift it. Look underneath your armpit, see if you can see it. Great. Hip flexor release. Now swing that knee through. Bring that knee all the way up. Right knee to right wrist. Right ankle to left wrist. And then scooch back with your left leg. And if you can sink into this, you know, you've got 2 poses. Now while you're holding this, and you may want to add, quadricep stretch. If this is not working, you stay right where you are. But if this is not working, you're taking it on your back. Leg extended, leg bent. You got both options. Once you've had enough of this half pigeon, feel free, if you're not there already, to sink on down into your sleeping pigeon. And that means hinging further forward, right? And as you come down, we want your head to rest on something. Use your towel, stacked fists, stacked palms. And if it's not enough, reach forward with those fingers. Or reach forward with your elbows. And then some of you might like that twist. Right knee, left hand underneath. Find your pigeon hip opener, whatever works for you. It is a big stretch. Yes, you have a lot of muscles attaching in and around your pelvis, making this powerhouse. So it gets tight. And it's not a bad thing to stretch this knee and all the connective tissue in and around that knee joint like this. But if it hurts, don't move into pain, ever. Roll it onto your back. Nice, relaxing into this. Check in that you're not clenched your teeth or shrugging your shoulders or somewhere else. Trying to compensate. Try to breathe through any tightness. And we're going to walk our hands up. I wish we could stay there for about 5 minutes. Hands underneath, curl those toes under, push yourself on up. Good, and find your downward dog one more time. Pedal through those feet. And the other leg is going to go up to the sky, so left leg up. Bend that left knee in the sky, look underneath, see if you can see it. Beautiful. Yes, that's a glute squeeze, you got it. And then swing it through when you're ready. You know you have these 2 poses, so left knee to left wrist, left ankle to right wrist, scooch back with that right leg. and square up your hips and shoulders. Now, play with this. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. If you want to add the quadricep stretch, great. If you want to go to sleeping pigeon, fine. It's your practice. Listen to your body. Find that breath. And there's definitely time for both. Absolutely plenty of time. So if you haven't gone into sleeping pigeon yet, try now. Walk those hands forward, support your forehead somewhere. Stacked hands, stacked fist, towel, and find your breath. Sometimes I find that I'm curling my toes under, or I'm trying to lean to one side or the other with my hips because they're tight. And then I would say find breath. So acknowledge where your body is tight and give it time to release. And that's why you're doing this. It's also why we do this when we're warmer versus the beginning of class. And checking in, if you have drifted off towards that left hip, you might be tight. Eventually you want those hips parallel with the floor. So if it's not today, it's okay. Okay, let's walk in those hands. We are going to drift off to this left hip. Just kind of roll over there. Extend those legs nice and long. Let them get stretched out there and stack your hips right on top of each other. Good. When you're ready, I'm going to push up with this bottom arm. I'm going to find that stretch for the underside of your body. Remember this? Underside. If you need relief, let this top hip sway back. If it's too easy, push that top hip gently forward. I'm going to stretch the underside here. Try not to shrug your shoulder. Beautiful. Let's release down. Before you go anywhere, let's scissor those legs. Top leg goes back. Yes. And then reach forward with the open shoulder, the open arm. Reach forward with that and actually reach on the diagonal and see this bottom arm, put it where you need to. Try to keep your legs in that scissor. Just give yourself a nice long body twist. Long body twist. Good, let's bring it on up. You can roll on over to the other side. I'm gonna swivel so I can see your happy faces. Stack those hips with long legs. Beautiful. When you're ready, push up with that bottom arm. Try to relax your shoulder away from your earlobe. Hip back to make it easy, hip forward to make it bigger. Beautiful. Don't be surprised. One leg, one side, probably feels better than the other. Let's release this down. Scissor, top leg goes back. Anchor those feet, don't let them cheat. Rotate, reach, just on the diagonal. Now, where are you supposed to feel this? I can hear the questions now. Left arm, left leg on top, you're gonna feel along that left side of your body. I actually feel it from my ribs all the way through my hips, IT bends. But you may feel it somewhere else. Good. And let's bring it in. Roll it over onto your back. Take your time. Bring those knees in. Beautiful. Going to bridge. Yes. Great back strengthener. Love it. Plant your feet. Make sure that they're not rocking in or out. We have a tendency to either supinate, roll out, or pronate, roll in. Make full contact, hands down by your hips. Inhale, exhale. Tilt that pelvis and lift up with that tailbone. Check in that your pressure is not on your neck. Nice soft neck. Pressure is on your shoulders, anchored with your feet. Clasping your hands underneath if you need to. Please look forward. You can just listen and get where you need to be. Energizing on that back side of your body. One more check in with those feet. Because if you're not planted with your feet, your knees are not going to be where they need to be. Oh, looking good. Nice. And let's release those hands. We're going to roll it down nice and slow. If you have a tight spot like I do in the middle, roll through it. Knees to chest when you're done. Bring them on up. Rock it a little side to side. Beautiful. Let's set those feet down wide, on the wide edge or wider edge of your stance or your mat. Good, arms go out into a T, you can open or close. Windshield wipe, you know this is one of my favorites. You're gonna keep your feet planted and windshield your wipe. Wipe her over to one side. Reach through your fingertips, don't move your feet. And then look away from those knees. You should feel this on that top leg, that hip to knee IT band region. Tight IT band, it's a big tendon, look it up. As we get older, it gets brittle, it gets tight. It can manifest in a hip ailment, knee aches, or both, or back and forth. Inhale, exhale, bring it back to center. And windshield wipe your knees over to the other side. Keep your feet in that wide position. Reach those fingertips away from each other. And again, hopefully you're feeling this down that outer thigh area. Good. Bring those knees up into your chest. Good. And we're just going to do a simple twist. Arms out into a T one more time. Inhale, exhale to recruit those core muscles and let those knees just drift over to one side. Keep your shoulders down, please. Look away. Take an opportunity here to let this spinal twist come all the way up into your neck. Loosen it up. Energy through your fingertips to anchor you. Yes. If it's not enough, extend that top leg, toe down. Find your deep breath. Bend those knees. Bring them to the center. Go over to the other side. And shoulders are anchoring you. Look away. Loosen up that neck as you need to. Let that twist come all the way up. If it's not enough, extend that top leg. Toe goes down. And breathe right here. Beautiful. It is time for Shavasana. Let's bring those knees in, set them down, shake your head side to side. And I want you to find your own pose of relaxation. Is it legs extended? Is it knees bent or crossed over? Whatever works for you. Let your body go heavy and relax into that mat and shake away, jiggle away any little tight kinks you might be feeling. Finding your own Shavasana, your own pose of relaxation. Let your body melt. Feel those heavy muscular legs relaxing into your mat. Weightless bottom of your feet. Feel your hips and belly opening to the sky. And feel that ease and relaxation across your shoulders, your chest, down your arms into your fingertips. Even your head is heavy, relaxing into the mat. And notice how effortless your breath has become. Let it flow through your body. You can feel it in and out. Through the top of your head and out to the bottoms of your feet. Flowing, rejuvenating, refreshing every cell in your body, every joint. Feel that ease around your heart. And feel that openness and clarity in your mind. Balanced with your relaxed body. Mind, heart, body. All connected and all balanced due to your good practice. This is when you have your greatest capacity. The cup is full. So if there's someone who's needing you or hurting, and it's a very good time to send a message to the world. Take a moment now, send that positive, loving, healing message and know that you are heard with love. With your next breath, gently sway those fingers and toes through the air, coming back to the present moment, softly, gently. With your next breath, giving yourself gratitude, maybe giving yourself a hug for being here today. Know that everything you did today was perfect. We're going to close our practice, so you are welcome to stay right where you are. Or you can bring your knees in or over to one side or up to a seated position. I want you just to be comfortable because we can close the circle in any position. Borrow a saying from India. There's so many translations, but I know you all get this. I honor that place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor that place in you, which is of light, love, peace, and truth. And when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, and we are one. Namaste. And I give you so many thanks for being here today. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you taking this time with me, time for yourself. Take that beautiful energy that you've created here and take it with you into the world today. Not too far, but share it as best as you can. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Rivka. Thanks, Elizabeth. You guys are so sweet. And we'll get you. Hi, thank you. Thanks, Karen. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. You guys are the very best. Thank you, thank you. So good to see you guys. Love you. I miss you guys so much. Yeah. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Oh, I love you. Yes. And we'll see you next week. I tell you that I look forward to this. So now I'm going to be looking forward to next week. Maybe I'll see you on Pilates on Monday night too. Lots of hearts and kisses to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. You stay safe. You be well. Stay strong.